This is Vince DiCaro here, the Chief Outreach Officer at CareNet. This is a quick tutorial to actually show you the mechanics of going through a quiz on the BYD Live app. So let's say you're actually with a male client, and one of the questions that he selected is, what are my choices? So you're going to touch on the screen the what are my choices option there. And then let's say he wants to learn about supporting the mom's decision to have the baby. One of the most interesting little quizzes on the app is the Marriage Mythbusters quiz. So let's say the guy that you're sitting with has an interest in learning about marriage. Okay, so we're in the Marriage Mythbusters quiz now. Let's walk through the steps that you would take in order to walk the male client through this quiz. At this point, he would probably be holding the tablet and kind of working through the quiz himself. So the first question, how many married couples will end up divorced? Now, every time he selects the wrong answer, it's going to actually indicate that that's the wrong answer. So let's say he picks 50%, which is kind of a common myth out there. And it'll actually pop up and say wrong answer. Go ahead and try again. He's going to touch OK. Let's say he selects 75 to 80%. Again, wrong answer. Go ahead and try again. He's going to touch OK. And then obviously the right answer is the only one that's left, 20 to 25%. And so then he'll be given some information to back up that notion that marriage is actually a lot healthier of an institution than it's made out to be in a lot of circles, and that 75% of married couples are still married to their first spouse. So you're going to hit OK again. So then he'll move on to the next question. How many married couples would say they are happy? So again, he might think that it's actually a pretty small percentage. Well, maybe it's 40%. Again, wrong answer. He'll hit OK. And then obviously 80% is going to be the right answer. And again, gives not only verifies that that's the correct answer, but gives some additional information to back that up. So you don't have to be perfect to be happy. So then he'll hit OK. Okay, so he's answered those first two questions on page 1 of the Marriage Mythbusters quiz. So then he's going to touch the next button that's in the top right corner of the quiz, touch next, and then he's going to be going through a list here of pros and cons. Answer the question, should I marry her? Let's say he's looking at the pros. She's attractive, she's supportive, I trust her, we share similar beliefs, okay? And then he looks at the cons. She's not very kind, she's kind of disrespectful, she maybe not financially responsible, okay? So then on the bottom of the screen, on the bottom left, you'll see the check results. He's going to touch that, and it says, because he selected more pros than cons on the list, this is the answer it's going to give him. It looks like she may be the right one for you to marry. The next step is to attend premarital counseling, which can help you learn what it takes to make a marriage work. Okay? So let's just go back and do that again and see what are some of the other options are that it can give you. So we're going to have to get the right answers here and go next. Okay, so we're back there. Now let's pick more cons this time than pros. So let's say your male client goes through the quiz, he picks more cons than pros, and he touches check results. Now what it says when you pick more cons than pros is, even though it may seem like this person is not, quote, perfect for you, the best way to really find out is to attend premarital counseling, which can help you determine if marriage is right for you. So you might have noticed that roughly gives the same answer. So if he picks more pros than cons, it's going to say, that's great. Next step is for you to get premarital counseling. If he picks more cons than pros, it says, okay, you might have some issues you need to work with. Best thing to do is to seek out premarital counseling. And remember, he wanted to learn about marriage. And so you're not necessarily dealing with somebody who doesn't want to learn about marriage and you've told him that you're going to teach him about marriage. He selected this himself. So that should give you some comfort in terms of moving forward with suggesting premarital counseling to him. Okay, so now we're ready to go to the next part of the marriage questionnaire. So he's going to click next at the top. This one is called What's in it for me? So this actually describes some of the benefits of marriage. Let's say he wants to find out, I don't really care about what's in it for me. I want to find out, why is marriage good for my child and my family? So he touches that option and a couple answers pop up. Children whose parents are married are less likely to be abused, etc. Let's say then he clicks on, for me, more, better, and safer sex, a better relationship with your child, etc. So he can kind of select which benefits of marriage that he wants to learn about. And again, these are conversation starters. So again, it's a tactile experience for him. He's getting to select what he wants to see. And then when those bullet points pop up on the screen, it gives you an opportunity to talk into those issues in a little bit more detail with him. So that's a demonstration of one of the more complicated or more complex quizzes that we have on the app. So we wanted to walk you through that. And of course, as you learned in the full tutorial, you're just going to touch the My Questions button in the top right of the corner, and that's going to actually get you back to the previous screen. And then when you want to go back to the full list of questions that he selected, you're going to hit the folder in the top left of the screen to get back to the full list of questions that your client selected. Thank you very much, and we hope you're enjoying the BYD Live app.